All right, good evening, everybody. What a great, great night. You know, they played a football game on Sunday night. Some of you may have checked it out. I'll get this going. So they played a football game on Sunday night. I hope you guys had a chance to enjoy it like I did. Great game. But I have to tell you, if I had to choose between a 50-yard line seat in Houston to watch that catch or to be right here, right now, I'm going to be here every day of the week. And on Sunday, they had to pick one winner and one MVP. But tonight, and I know you're all will agree with me about this, we had 5 champions and 5 MVPs here tonight. So before the show got started, Sandy and Denzel asked you guys to really step up and show some life and some energy and to be the 12th man. And you guys did. You brought it here tonight. But not all of you could see what this incredible table did right here. And I want to give a huge shout out for those of you who couldn't see it. But Ned Gibbons really put on a show tonight. And Ned, what you did there on that 12th man spirit was incredible. And I can't wait to see what you do next year. So way to go, Ned. So Silicon Valley is an incredible place to live. There's nowhere else on the planet I'd rather be right now. The energy, the optimism, the innovation, the sense of the future, looking ahead, building bridges, not walls. I mean, this is a great place to live. And there's nowhere else I'd rather raise my family. And the vision we have at the Boys and Girls Clubs, it's just like Cheryl described in the beginning, is that we want Silicon Valley to be a great place for all of our kids to grow up. We want all of our kids to grow up to lead fulfilling lives, to have a chance to get a quality education, a fair paying job, decent housing, and a chance to raise their own family. And that's the mission we're on at the Boys and Girls Clubs. But today, there are unfortunately too many students growing up in the shadows of Silicon Valley. Today, 80% of the students in the neighborhoods served by the Boys and Girls Clubs are below proficient in math and reading scores. In fact, the average is about 2 grades behind. About a third are dropping out of high school. But when you look at this achievement gap and you look at the root cause, what you find is that it's really the opportunity gap that's causing it all. And just some examples. You heard a lot in the stories tonight, but to clarify some other examples, about half the students in these neighborhoods, their parents didn't graduate from high school. They may be new to the country, not speak the language, not able to help with homework. 40% of the students are homeless or in foster care right around this clubhouse. Social capital is hard to come by. And so many of the families, again, being new, Silicon Valley, while it's a great place, it's very hard to navigate. And our families may not know how to help a kid who's struggling in school, how to get that first internship, how to apply to college, how to fill out a FAFSA form, and all those complexities that are out there. And then, especially with the high school students, and increasingly today, they're under tremendous financial pressure to support their families. I can't tell you how many students I hear about who have to choose between going to school or dropping out in order to work 2 jobs to help keep their family from moving and being evicted from their homes today. So that's the challenges that we're facing, but tonight's about optimism in the future, and you heard 5 incredible young men and women and their stories. And I want to share with you just the background of what the Boys and Girls Clubs does to paint the full picture. And the foundation of what we do is that sense of safety and belonging that you heard about in all of the stories. It's a place where our students find positive role models, consistently caring adults who are there to provide guidance and help them make smart decisions. It's a place where students can participate in enrichment activities, whether it's art or sports or technology. And maybe it's a place where kids can just come and be a kid for a while and just have some fun. Let's not lose sight of that as well. And if I had to summarize it in a single word from everything you've heard and everything I've seen in my 14 years here, BGCP is family. That's what we provide. Now we understand, unfortunately, or I guess the world's changed, and in 2017, while that's necessary, it's no longer sufficient. And in 2017, for a young person to grow up, become economically self-sufficient, he needs at least 2 years of post-secondary training. He needs to at least have a college degree or a community college degree to join the armed services, to join a plumbers union. It doesn't matter, but he has to graduate from high school at a level of proficient in core academic subjects. Otherwise, the path is very, very narrow. So at the club, you're probably familiar that we provide homework support, and we certainly provide tutoring for our students as well. But there's been a lot of changes going on here that may surprise you. And I just want to share with you a few of the ways that the Boys and Girls Clubs has changed to address the needs of our students. The core to our strategy is partnering very closely with the schools. So we now serve 80% of our students are served on school campuses. We deploy staff who are located full-time at the school, and they work closely with the principal and the teachers to figure out, okay, what are the kids doing well? Where are they struggling? What can we do in the 3.5 hours that we bring after school to better support their academic needs and to help them succeed and become proficient in basic and core academic skills? We're focusing on literacy for the elementary students and math for the high school students. And if you talk to a principal, she'll say that her school goes from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. because we're there. Or if you talk to the high school principal, hopefully she'll say her school goes from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. since we're open, and that includes a warm dinner too, for the students. This year we've started sharing data with our school partners, so we know where our students are academically. And that allows us to offer personalized learning for our students. We're able to group students in small groups based on where they are academically and provide more tailored instruction for them. It's a way to be much more efficient. We're also leveraging technology. It's kind of hard to see in the back, but we're leveraging technology and bringing personalized learning platforms that the kids do during the school day and giving them more time to do that in the after-school hours. So this combination really allows us to extend the learning day for the students, because the simple fact is the schools can't do it alone, and if they stop at 2:30, the kids do need more learning time. Another really exciting new development we had this year was our summer program, and how we've partnered very closely with the elementary school districts to develop a joint summer program. So we've completely merged ours as well as the districts, and the students receive 3 hours of academic instruction in core subjects, math and literacy, from certified teachers hired by the district in their core. Yeah, so it matches exactly what they're doing during the year, keeps it going in the summer. In addition, we provide our staff in those classrooms, and then we're also able to recruit about 140 high school volunteers, and I'm guessing there are some of you in this room, and certainly some parents. There we go. Certainly some parents in the room as well, so that our students are in a classroom of 20 with about 4 adults, a ratio of 5 to 1. It's really a phenomenal experience, and it's really no surprise that 95% of our students avoid summer learning loss, and in fact 80% show summer academic gains. So it's incredible. And then, that's just the morning part. Then the afternoons when it gets really fun, and I don't know who knows about Camp Galileo. My 3 kids all went to Camp G, and I think it's an incredible program. So we partnered with Camp G and brought their curriculum to our kids. It's all about innovation, innovators' mindset, being creative, experimenting, hands-on technology, and kids learned about that in the after-school hours. So it's really a beautiful partnership. We're able to leverage scarce resources much more effectively, dramatically increase the number of students we serve. That's an example, again, of how we're partnering with the district. And really, actually, it's a 4-way partnership. It's a nonprofit organization, ours. It's a government organization, the school district. It's a for-profit organization, Camp Galileo. And critically, it's community volunteers like yourselves. So we're able to harness all these resources and bring them together to best serve the students and help them succeed in school. And if you look at the school year as well as the summer, you find out that we're providing our students with 700 hours of additional instruction time. That's a 60% increase over what they're getting from the school day alone. So that's our approach, that's our strategy. for the elementary school students. For the high school students this year, you may not be aware, I'm very pleased to announce that we've doubled the number of high school students we're serving. We converted our Redwood City Clubhouse just to a high school center, and that was a fabulous success this fall. And then we've also expanded our college access programs that we offer. We expanded them to 3 new schools this summer, and we're going to a 4th again this year. So another example of pushing into schools, reaching students where they are, and also addressing their needs of helping them with social capital and getting to colleges. Another development I wanted to share with you is the fact that we're sharing staff with the schools. You may have heard how hard it is for schools to staff in terms of finding teachers. So we have a new partnership with Redwood City where our staff are working for the district, and when the district needs substitutes, we'll fill in as substitute teachers and then get teacher training. So we're creating a teacher pipeline for our partner schools, just a way that we're really thinking creatively and integrating with the districts and their needs. And with all these changes, we've expanded the number of students we serve this year to by 400, and we now serve 2,300 students that come on average 4 days a week. So these aren't just like kids who showed up once and like clicked in. They're coming on average 4 days a week. So we're thrilled with that growth this year. And then, this is only possible with the incredible staff that we've been able to hire. We've hired a tremendous number of teachers as we've grown. In fact, one of our most recent hires not only was a teacher, but he was a principal and an associate superintendent. So we're bringing more trained professional educators into our group. We've retained our core youth development professionals who have Boys and Girls Clubs in their blood. We've kept them as well, and we're creating, I think, this wonderful mix of staff here. What you see on the slide, those are just the postgraduate, just a graduate degree schools that our staff have been to, not the undergraduate, just the graduate degrees. And then you can also see where they've worked before they've come here, just incredible backgrounds of our staff. They could be working anywhere. They could be doing anything. But because they're so mission-minded and focused, they choose to work here. But the real secret sauce to our staffing is actually our former Youth of the Year who work now at the Boys and Girls Clubs. And these are folks who grew up just like our kids. You heard 5 of their stories tonight. They're incredible role models. They know exactly where our students are. You have Edgar, who's at Cal, Sandy, of course, at San Jose State, and you have Angelica, who's at College of San Mateo. These are really our incredible stars. We have about 30 former Youth of the Year now working for us at our organization. So it's really inspiring. And if I could also ask you, and Cheryl did this as well, but I'd like to ask you as well, this night is hopefully a lot of fun for you. I know for me, it's my most inspiring night of the year. It really validates all we're about. But this wouldn't happen without the incredible work of the 170 professionals we have at the Boys and Girls Clubs. And these are all folks who have dedicated their careers to our students and really to making our community a better place. And I can't tell you how hard they work and the commitment they have. And it's just about helping the kids and the mission and the authenticity and the character of the people who work here. So if you would please just join me in giving a huge shout out and thank you to the staff at the Boys and Girls Clubs. Like a lot of America, Silicon Valley is getting more and more stratified by wealth levels. We see that everywhere, and perhaps nowhere in our country is the stratification greater than right here within a 4-mile radius of this very club. And so the question I ask is, do we want to stand by and create a permanent underclass in our community where low-income kids are shut out for the incredible opportunities that are all around us? And of course, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the answer is no. And we're committed to working with the students who live in the Redwood City, Menlo Park, and East Menlo Park neighborhoods. But it's important to understand that while we have many different neighborhoods here of all different income levels, we're all one community. We're all connected, we're all interdependent. And while the students may live in these isolated neighborhoods, think about for a minute where their parents work. This is where the families of our students work. We are all one community, interconnected, interdependent. These are all our kids in our town on our watch. So that brings us to the fun part of tonight, to the audience participation part. I know you've all been waiting for this, but we can't do what we do without your support. We need your help funding the programs that benefit our boys and girls. And you heard earlier how we've expanded our programs by serving 400 more students this year. So our goal for tonight is to raise $1 million to serve those 400 kids, because it's going to take people who have the means to reach out and to share what they have and where they've come from, so we don't end up with a permanent underclass or don't continue to shut out large groups of low-income kids. It's going to require action, and that action you can do tonight. On your table, each of you has a donation card. I'd like you to take it and fill it out tonight, and then we'll collect it. To give you a sense of where your funding can go, a $100,000 gift will support a summer school, entire summer school for 250 students. It's only $400 a student, marginal cost. It's incredible. Leveraging our entire fixed cost basis for a summer of programming, 5 weeks, 5 days a week. $50,000 will fund a whole classroom for a school year, $2,500 a student for 700 hours of expanded learning time programs. $25,000 can help 10 kids be the first in their families to go to college. You heard 5 of their stories this evening. $10,000 can provide enrichment classes for 25 students. And then, of course, $2,500 can provide a full year of expanded learning time for a student, 700 hours. Now, when you think about this and think about how you want to get involved, and we do need your financial support, please understand, this is not charity. These kids don't want charity. They don't need charity, but they do need opportunities. They do need advice. They do need counsel. They do need a chance. And that's what we're investing in. And then I also want to make a personal pledge that I've committed my career to this. And what I love about this is that while it's really important to have a warm heart, it's also important to have a hard head sometimes. And we understand at the Boys and Girls Clubs that we're running a business. We've got a big budget. We're serving a lot of kids. And I love the challenge of making sure that we have the right people in place, that they're in the right positions, that we have the right programs, and constantly trying to maximize the ROI of your dollar. So I commit to you that I will work as hard as I can with the staff and the board to maximize your ROI. So what I'm asking for tonight is not a gift. We're asking for your partnership. Join me, join this organization, be part of the solution. Let's together make our community a great place for all of our kids to grow up.